Lakita Fergus. So, good evening. Welcome to Encounters. Everybody. This is CmdrAleon. Let's see if there's a lag here. Judy 1379, Kane Ku. This is CmdrAleon, host of Encounters, the number one spiritual UFO talk show. And we're glad to be here tonight. A little bit of a break for the Memorial Day weekend. Hey, Lucas Jackson. So every once in a while, we need to take a break. And we used the Memorial Day weekend to kind of do that break. Hope you all enjoyed the Memorial Day weekend if you're in the United States. Hello, Simple Man, everybody coming in here. Julie Harrington, good evening. Betty Lou, and everyone coming in for sure. We're almost there. I was out doing some work on getting ready to plant my watermelon plants and direct seed. That's one of my loves. I do is the light growing, and so we should have the seeds in the ground by Tuesday of this week. That's tomorrow. I keep thinking, for some reason, today's Monday and tomorrow's Tuesday on Earth. So Tuesday or Wednesday morning. Lawrence, everybody, Connie, good to see you. Everyone, good evening. It just feels good to just sometimes get away from the social media. And this is a good weekend to do it, or holiday period to do it. We're doing good, Suzanne. Thank you. Hi, Marlou. Good evening. And of course, we got a whole gallon of apple cider today. So I have enough apple cider for a couple of days easily. We ran out. Gazelle, good to see you. Janie Ford, Camilla, good to see you as well. And we're just very relaxed here. It's going to be a very good night. I hope everyone is having had a great day today. Yvette, good evening. Pinky, welcome to the show. Kate Can, KT May, all the people coming to Marcy. Thank you so much for being here. Please remember to everybody tap the screens, because as you tap the screens through the show, on the top right corner, see where it says 2.2K? When you tap the screen, that makes that number go up without you tapping it. And the cat's saying that you should do that too. The cat's saying, yes, I do agree. Now the cat, Missy, she was, hey, UFO, UAP, good to see you. Good to see you, brother. She was sleeping, and now she's awake because now I'm live on air here. Hey, Mike, good to see you. Oh, really? Really? That's really crazy, man. Well, it's good to have you here. We're doing good, Terry. I hope you are doing well out that way. Yamster, hey, good to see you. Let's see. Chi Mom, Jackie Bain, Becky, welcome. Yeah, definitely. So let's get past the 10K and continually go up and up and up on the hey, Gary from Iowa, good to see you. Loretta, thank you for the gift. Gary, thank you for the roses. Thank you so much, Jordan. Thank you. I appreciate that, brother. It's good to see you, World One, too. And hey, Peggy, good to see you as well. We're pretty laid back. Not that I'm not laid back. I'm amped up, but I'm kind of laid back a little bit here, which is not bad. Sherry Harris, welcome. Marinee, good evening. Thanks for the share. Elvira, good to have you with us. Marie Smith, welcome. Cleo, hey, Cleo. Good to have you all with us. Mike says, I truly had a weird thing dreaming. I was like seeing myself from behind the shoulder, just floating. Interesting. You might have been having a out-of-body experience. Kathleen Hensley, hello. Good to see you as well. Brim, good evening. On my radio show, yes. On my radio show. But here I use my other name I like to use, which is what I've used when I do video broadcasting, but I prefer going by my spiritual name, which is CmdrAleon. Yep. UFO UAP Sky Scanner. Oh, thank you. I've been trying hard to, let's see here. I've been trying hard to get there. I am dreaming a lot more. Oh, interesting. Yeah, we'll be back on the radio soon. But right now I've been really focused and being on sabbatical from radio, doing the visual part of it, which I like. I love the visual more than, and not that I don't like the mystery of being on radio. I've been doing radio since my days up in college days in New Hampshire and in Vermont, and also on commercial rock back in the late 90s. Let's see here. Thank you, Gary. Oh, okay. Okay, Rim. Yeah. So on the radio side, I would do that. Yeah. But, and then I would also at times broadcast the radio show right here on TikTok, which was kind of cool. I did that probably almost every show. On those shows, I think I did try to record them. I'm pretty sure I did. Some of them anyway. Yeah, so I haven't. My hair actually was cut just a while ago, and I think I'm gonna have to cut it again soon. Hey, Notorious, good to see you. Area? Okay, I got you. Ryan, we're doing good. We just took the night off from broadcasting the other day, and it was really good to just take a break from social electronics and everything and just get out. It was too good to be inside doing anything. And so getting out into the earth and digging into the ground was what I was doing for the last day or two, with the weather being so good and not having a lot of rain. We had too much rain up here. Hey, Star, good to see you. I think it's very interesting. The Vugosphere, I think it's extremely interesting. I know that a lot of the South America stuff, and including the show that's in Mexico that deals with the subject of ufology, they've actually examined, from the videos I've seen, the Vugosphere. I think I think the thing was sent on purpose to be found. I've analyzed some of the stories, the subject of the video of the actual sphere, and I think it was sent here to be found by the people that found it. Initially found by a local villager as it sort of go down into the woods. Yeah, gotcha. Yeah, bro. Yeah, so on the radio side, I used to do that. Well, not used to do it. So when on that side, I use that specific name to my audience on the FM side. But here, and when I do my videos, I prefer my spiritual name. So that's what I think about the Buga sphere. I think it was sent here. Let's see here. I'm just going backwards to make sure I don't miss any comments. Thank you. Hello, everyone. Dia, hello to you. Yeah, all right, and you too. Yeah, I always think it's good because I'm on here most nights. There are times I say in my meditation, take a break, and it's never sometimes enough to take the break. Sometimes you have to just say to yourself in meditation, okay, I need to take a break from my, this website, that website, this social media. Sometimes the electronics get to you and you're saying, okay, I need to take a break, breathe, reflect, and that's good for everybody to do. Because as much as I love looking at everything on YouTube and all this, sometimes I just need to turn it off. Let's see here. You were hungover yesterday. Oh boy. Hey, Mad Dog. Greetings to you, Tara. Thank you, Tara. I appreciate that. Thank you, Jessica. Good to see you too. You're getting rain all the way till Friday. See, we had too much rain in New England, and for a person when you do micro farming and growing stuff, we've had too much rain, and then we're going to get more rain latter part of the week here in southern New England. So I got to get my plants in the ground before Wednesday. Hey, Stallion, good to see you. Yeah, I had an enjoyable day. Last night, I took the night off from doing this. Every once in a while, I'll just say I need a break from the live thing, and so I took a break. Hey, Daniel up in New Brunswick, good to see you. April, thank you for the heart. Your friend Nacho has... Okay, we got to bring you up there, UFO. My friend UFO I've known for a long time, and we're going to bring you up. UFO UAP, brother. It's been a long time. You got my attention on that one, too. My friend Nacho has possession of the seer. If you can come up, we'd like to bring you up. Your friend Nacho has possession of the seer. And it's always good to see UFO UAP. He's been a long time viewer of the show and been on the show before, too. Hey, brother, how you doing?
Hello, Commander. How's it going?
Good. Can I bring you on camera?
Sure.
Okay, I'm just I pressed the camera button for you. All you gotta do is press the save button and we'll have you on here.
Safe? Okay. There
There
we
you go.
go.
How you doing, brother? It's been a long time. Always,
How you
this
doing,
person
Commander?
here, yeah, UFO UAP, he's been documenting stuff for as long as I've known him, for over 3 years now. And I'm
You
talking,
see
this is
where I'm
one of the
at?
people, like I say, people, a long time. So give us a background who Nacho is. I saw the initial video of the seer, and
So,
Jamie Musan, who also in the video is, got hands of looking at it. So tell us who Nacho is.
so Nacho is the guy that made a movie about me and Gabriel, and he made a movie. He's in Spain. He's in the UK, and he made a movie about my encounter with Gabriel. And I guess Facebook stopped that movie because it reached 3 million views. So they stopped it because of other things Nacho was talking about. But anyways, he has a hold of that sphere that landed in Colombia. Somebody brought it to him, and then he gave
Hmm.
it to Jaime Maussan, which is also my friend from Mexico, and they have it
Really?
now. Yes, Jaime Maussan is my friend, and I live in two worlds. Remember, English and Spanish. So I have to.
I know you do. I know you
Yeah.
do. I know you do, brother.
I know a lot about both worlds, and I know a lot of mystical stuff about the Spanish world, Latin world, you name it. Too much to count. But anyways,
Yeah, I know you do. Good.
so Jaime Maussan has a sphere, and they already did some engineering, some X-ray and stuff like that. There's nothing in that sphere, but some really very tiny microfiber like optic cables
Hmm.
are
Hmm.
almost invisible. and
Wow.
supposedly and supposedly those little microfiber cables are the ones who control the sphere. And when you put heat on it, it gets cold, and when you put cold on it, it evaporates the water.
Some people are asking you what the Vuga sphere is. Can you explain where it was found and the history, the thing behind it?
So that sphere was flying above like a little hill in the farms of Colombia. So this guy was recording it, and he saw the sphere coming very low to the ground, and he followed it until she landed. She landed on the floor. So that old man picked it up, and then he got in touch with all of us right away, because he followed me also. So I told him, I said, you need to get in touch with Jaime, my son. I'm gonna give you his information so you can get in touch with him. And then he did. Jaime, my son, flew to Colombia. They picked up this sphere and they brought it to
Hmm.
Mexico. And then they are doing a lot of studies. But right now in Spanish, Germany is claiming that sphere, saying that they built that sphere and they are the ones who are engineering those things. But I think it's a lie.
Yeah,
They,
I would concur with you. You know, there's no way that Germany would be, and also, isn't there like writing on the sphere? If I'm
yes,
correct, is there any? So,
correct.
and the writing is not in German. We know that
No,
because I've seen the video.
that's why
Uh,
we know they're lying.
yeah. Why do you think they're trying to get involved in it, Germany?
They want to steal it. They want to steal the technology that's in the sphere, and we
Yeah,
have it now. We have it now, so it's not going nowhere. Um,
interesting.
I was just talking to that guy maybe 3 days ago about that sphere,
Hmm.
and then something new came up yesterday. They did a deep X-ray thinking on that sphere, and they just came out with that conclusion that it's not human. It's not
Hmm.
human made. It's made out of this planet because of the material that it has in it.
It's not human made. It's not made from this planet, is what you're saying, correct?
Correct, correct, correct. It came from the
Okay.
outside.
Yeah. So my theory is, and it's only a theory, but I'm usually pretty right on when I study things. And I wasn't there when it came down from the sky, but it seems like it was meant to come down on purpose where it was to come down for somebody who wasn't in high power or a politician or a military Air Force person. It went to a person that was a regular human being,
Correct.
correct?
Yes. Yes.
Why do you think that happened?
I I truly believe they want to come down and they want to make
Yeah,
contact, but the governments are not allowing that. They are shooting
yeah,
them down. They're shooting at
yeah.
those spaceships. And look, I'm gonna show you something. I just abandoned the city,
Mhm.
and I came to the country. I live in the country now. Look, I live in the woods.
Oh wow.
So check these out. Right here, I'm gonna bring a ship, and I'm going to record that. You see that? Right here.
Okay, we're looking
I'm
over
gonna make a
there.
land right there. I'm
You,
gonna make a
so,
land.
so I just want to explain something. I've known UFO UAP for a long time, and he is also everybody I've ever had on my show. Every one of my guests are legit in what they, the ones that are able to do things. So let people know when you were able to start, because you've videotaped plenty of things that you've done. How does one, because I know there's other people I've seen on YouTube over the last number of years. I've studied it for quite some time. There are people that can summon spaceships or whatever from off planet to appear, and the ships appear. How did you get involved in your history of doing that?
So in 2014, when Gabriel came and picked me up in that ship, and he took me, he gave me a sphere of light, a very small sphere of light, like a marble.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
he put that in me, in my hand. So I have that in me. It's like a Merkaba. It's an orb.
Macabre, yeah, yeah,
I have that in
yeah.
me. So with that, I can manifest elementals, fire, wind,
Hmm.
water, air,
Hmm.
ships, beings of light. I can call them, and they come. And I recorded. I posted the videos and the pictures of all the things I do. I do this out of my own heart. Nobody's asking me to do it, but
Right. No, I know you. I know you do that, Johan. I've known you long
I
enough
just
as a
want people
friend
to
to know
see
what you
that
do.
this world is not it. This is a
Yeah.
temporary place for us to be. We go home
Mm.
soon after 80,
Yeah.
90 years. It's very short, but we need to let the people know that they're not alone. We're not alone. Nobody's alone here. And
Yeah.
we have family always, like right after that. They protect us and they watch us all the time.
So the seer that Jamie Musan had gotten a chance to look, and I've respected and followed his work for many many years, and from when he must have been excited when he was able to have that thing right in the same room.
Yep.
Um,
He
so
hold
now
it.
the question, he held it. So when
Yes.
people hold the sphere, the Buga sphere, we call it the Buga.
That's
Uh,
what it's called.
Right. When you hold it, do you feel anything from it? Is there kind of a different energy coming? Any kind of energy coming from it?
Nothing. It's just cold.
Nothing.
It's
Just
cold.
cold.
It's not even hot. People think it's hot because
Right.
it's up
It's
there,
not.
but it's the
Yeah, because
opposite.
the thing was cold.
Yes.
So I mean, I know you're tuned into a lot of this too. If you had to take a guess or theory looking at the hieroglyphics or the writing on it, do you have any idea in your meditation? Again, we can't know exactly what extraterrestrial race decided to let this thing come down, but what's your theory about that?
Um, I don't think it's bad people. I
Yeah,
think that it's the good type. Thank God for
yeah,
that one. But
hmm
we're not sure yet because it's too many of them. And
yeah.
as you know, my
You
brothers of
gotta,
light are from the
yeah,
Pleiades, you know.
yeah.
But
No,
it's hard to know.
you are. He deals with connections with his dealing with the Palladians. So he has contacted. How many years have you had contact with the Palladians? Would you say
Since 2014.
2014? That's a lot. That's a long time.
Yeah,
That's a
and
lot of years.
I've been there to the seventh planet, the seven sisters. They took me there to a
Mhm.
blue planet, and that's
So
when
now let's explain. Kind of get into that too. When they took you to the blue planet, you're not talking like some people say. Well, I had a dream about going there. Did they land a ship and take you on their ship physically?
yeah, yes,
They did. So you
yes,
want
it was not a
explain
dream.
what it was. It wasn't a dream. And what did they look like when? How did they take you on the ship? Did they land and you just walked into the spaceship?
No, they sent somebody to come get me out, and then but the people they look like me and you. They're men
Hmm.
and women.
Yeah,
But these people were all like Caucasians, you know, white people, blue eyes,
yeah,
golden
yeah,
hair, beautiful
yeah,
young people, beautiful, like in their 20s, but
yeah,
very, very tall, like 12 feet tall, very tall, skinny, you know, slim, but very strong looking. But,
yeah.
you know, they wear
St-
two pieces of suit, a shirt and a pants.
yeah. A stallion's asking, did they have a name for the blue planet? He's asking if there's a name besides blue. Is there a specific name,
No, he
or it's
didn't
just
give me
called
no
the? It's
name,
just called the blue. No name. So we don't. We
no
don't.
name.
But when you say so, when you saw the planet, is it actually looking has a blue aura to it, to the color of the planet?
Yes,
Okay.
it was all blue, made of light, all
Oh
blue.
wow.
That's why I call it a blue planet. But we never spoke
Okay.
about what the name of the planet is. But we only spoke about
Okay.
the people that live there, and that's supposedly where we're going after we die here. They take us there, you know, our
Mhm.
souls, and
And
we live here.
let's see here. Let's see. So now we know that people come from many different planets, not just from the Pleiades star system area. But you definitely have. I've known you have always talked about your connection there. So inside the ship that you went into, what is it? Is the ship? Are the ships big? What was it like inside the physical vehicle?
It was one whole piece. There's none like other pieces added to it. It's just one whole
Hmm.
inside of a circular thing. You know, it's just one whole piece.
Yeah,
But everything that's there seems to be part of that wall or
yeah,
that floor
yeah.
or whatever that is. Everything is one piece. Just
Mhm.
everything is connected. You cannot say, oh, that was screwed down there, that chair was screwed down. No, that's part of that wall.
Right. It's not nuts and bolts like on Earth. Earth, we think advanced technology here for a spaceship is a NASA built rocket or a space station that's built with nuts and bolts. When you're dealing
Correct.
with highly advanced spiritual people like the Palladians, for example, that goes thrown out the window because we've talked about this before, and I know about this from my studies over the years that the advanced space people have ships that have no nuts and bolts. There's even spaceships. I've talked about this before. They can create a ship out of consciousness. Collectively, they can come together, and some of the ships are created just through consciousness. They're living ships, we call them,
Correct.
right?
Just
Yeah,
you know, you think about it in your head and you could create anything you want. A building, a house,
yeah.
a car. They have cars. You know, I seen them. I seen the cars, but they're all made of light. The car, the
And
trains, the airplanes, and the airplanes can come over here and still fly like an airplane, but it's not.
right.
It's a ship, and
Then
I can tell which ones are ships and
right.
which ones are airplanes, you know?
They can morph into because they're so advanced. They can morph into something where that is familiar to our human eye. So they could be a
Correct.
Palladian spaceship, and then they say, okay, let's change the consciousness and switch it to something that the people will like to see, and we'll show them. We'll change it. We'll flip it to a jet, and then we'll flip it back to a Palladian spaceship, and that's what they can do. Correct?
Correct.
Yeah, yeah.
Correct. You know, before I had contact with them and I went, you know, to the blue planet, they came
Hmm.
in 2004. and they had a black triangular ship, and they came to a camping ground where I was. Everybody saw that ship, and she came down on top of our heads about 1,000 feet, 2,000 feet. It
Mm-hmm.
was black, all black in a triangular ship, and then she turned the lights on. She turned the lights on us. It was 12 o'clock. It was midnight. We was camping. We was people were swimming. Some of us doing barbecue, and then from the top of the sky, a black giant triangular ship just came down, very slow like that. And once she was over, like really low, 2,000 feet in the air, she turned on 3 white lights, boom, boom, on each corner of the ship. She turned them
Oh
all
wow.
on, really, really bright on top of all of us. And
Oh
there were a
wow.
lot of children playing around. They got scared and they run away, screaming.
Yeah.
But me and the adults, we just stayed up and then started looking at it, and we were just shocked. We were shocked, like, "Oh, what the hell is that?" We had no idea who they were. But now I
Yeah.
know it was them.
Yeah.
They have
See.
always been trying to contact me, I guess. I don't know. In many other events that I had until
Yeah.
in
Yeah. Yeah.
2014, they came and they took me. So now I'm here in this place in the countryside. I just moved here 2 weeks ago, and this is where I recorded that ship right here on top,
Mm-hmm.
right here, when she flashed at me 3 times. And then I was
Mm-hmm.
waving at it with my hand. Can you see me? And then she flashed again.
Yeah.
And I recorded
Now,
all that. This is the space right here.
now, this is the question. I love doing this on my show, and I've done it with people before that are contactees and people that are able to do who are connected to a specific star group. Um, would you be able to, in broad daylight, right now on the show, summon in the Palladian spaceship? I'm not saying it's going to happen, but do you think you can
We
do
can
it?
we can give it a try. I
Okay,
love
so we're
doing
going to
these
just give
things.
it. Okay, we're going to experiment with this, folks. So don't yell and scream at me if nothing happens here. You know, we're just seeing if we can do this. He's done it before. He's documented it. Now we're just going to see if we can do it here on Encounters.
I have never done it live, but
Well, this will be pretty good. I mean, they'll have a complete audience here if they show up in the blue sky there. You know?
okay. Cause usually I come out here around 9 o'clock and it's dark, and that's when I start flashing my
Oh,
flashlight.
really?
And then I also call them with my mind, and then boom, 3, 4 ships they appear from everywhere.
Well, that's the thing. I think if you've done it before, so my understanding is you're able to do this through telepathic contact, talking to them within, that you're right here outside during the daytime, and can you appear in the skies? I'm on the line. Whatever, however you want to say it, you know what you're doing, and we'll see if this experiment works.
I'm gonna give my flashlight.
Okay. So
I'm
we're
gonna
gonna.
throw the light up in the sky, and they
Okay.
see it,
So,
and that's when their ships come on.
okay. So we're gonna see if we can do this thing, and if we can get some of these Palladian ships to physically show up on screen in the blue sky or the sky above where he is, that would be pretty cool. Plus, if it does happen, it'll be documented here on Encounters too. So we're going to try to do this. This is what I do in my show. I've done it for 3 years. I've had people do this, and the ships show up on the screen. You know. And I know that I was looking at some of the comments. Some people got apple cider, and I'm glad you got your apple cider for sure. I did see that. They're asking what time is it where you are right now?
It's 8 o'clock,
That's right. It's 8 o'clock where you are. You're in. You're not now. What country are you in right now?
California.
You're in California. Okay.
Oh, it's right there. There's a light right there that just popped in, but and it goes on and off. You see it?
Yeah. If you hold the camera, where are we looking? Like above where the power lines are, or
Right there. This is the area where they come. Look, you see it? It just dimmed down, but I'm not
okay?
sure if that's a ship.
Yeah. Yeah. We don't know.
It's probably a star trying to pop in, because it's still daytime.
Yeah.
And the best
So
way
it'll
to call them is when it's dark, really dark, like 9:30, 9 o'clock.
9:30.
It's really
Yeah.
dark,
So
and they can see my
so
flashlight.
it'll be getting dark pretty soon in the California area. It's now 11:41 here. It's 8:41 in California. I
Correct, correct.
think.
Yes, that's right. In a few more minutes, it's gonna be super dark over here, and then I shut off my lights, and then I come out here by myself. So I know that that big field right there, I'm gonna try to land a ship right there one of these days. Because
That'd be interesting if you can do that, right?
yes, I'm gonna try so it can come out and they can speak with me. But I will ask for permission to record them. You know, I don't want to be recording them and then they might disappear. Sometimes they don't like phones. Sometimes they should be up here, and as soon as I pull out my phone from my pocket, the light goes off. They disappear. Some of them don't like phones. They know their
Yeah,
phones.
yeah.
When they see you pull out a phone, they turn the lights off. Like, no, you're not going to record me today. And I call those events eyes only. You know, eyes
Yeah,
only. That you only saw it,
yeah,
but you cannot record them because they go away.
yeah. It's interesting how, in your case with the Palladians, they'll decide whether they want to be seen or not seen, right? You have that relationship.
Correct.
Um, why do you think sometimes they don't want to be recorded? Is there any reason why they wouldn't want to be documented?
Um, it could be the ship that they're on
Yeah.
because they have some very special ships that no one has ever seen and no one will ever
Okay.
see until the correct
Hmm.
time. So maybe when they come in those ships and we try to record, they disappear. It's like you're
Yeah.
not going to record this ship. So I believe it's the ship, you know.
Yeah. So they have other ships that, as we look at, let's say, a Palladian vessel, as advanced as it is, they have special ships that are probably even more 10 times advanced. Is that what it is?
Correct. Correct.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's what they are. And nobody has seen them.
Mm-hmm.
Never, ever. Only they have them. They get to see them because it belongs to them.
Yeah.
And I wonder what's in those ships. You know, what type of technology they have, or why is it that they hide those ships? And they're
Mm-hmm.
huge. They're huge. I
Yeah.
seen the silhouettes, but
So,
I couldn't see the ships.
so let's say these ships are huge, as you use the word huge, these Palladian ships, could they be, if they say huge, like again, on your understanding of what you feel they are physically? So to me, we talk about motherships, starships, which are the two biggest types of ships that we know of, correct?
Correct. It could be
So
motherships.
do you think it's a mothership?
Yeah.
Okay.
And all the
Because
things that they have in it.
yeah. And the mothership, as we know in my studies over the years of what motherships are, they also release the smaller vessels, the smaller ships,
I saw that.
out of the, yeah.
I saw that. They flashed me right now. Look, right here,
Okay, keep it pointed. Don't move. And let's see if we
right
can see
here.
them. Just
I
keep it
saw
right
it
there.
right now. He just flashed back right now. A white blue light right there. It said, "Phew." I
Mhm.
saw it.
Yeah. So in a little bit, it's going to be dark out, and we're going to see if things really amp up on your end when you try to bring them in. See if we can all see some of these vessels.
This is
Oh,
Gabriel.
Gabriel, we can't have kids on the show because I'll be.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
Yeah, I'm
My
sorry
bad,
about that.
But you
Yeah,
can be.
I'd be in trouble in 2 seconds. But
Oh, that was a
hello to
ghost.
Gabriel.
That was not a person. It was a ghost.
Yeah, it's a ghost. You
That's
gotta be
Gabriel.
careful.
I
Hello,
know. I'm
Gabriel.
sorry.
Yeah, no.
You guys,
It happens.
you guys already know the reason why his name is Gabriel, right?
Yeah.
Because he came 5 years after Gabriel picked me up.
Mhm.
So I told Gabriel, I said, if it's a boy, he's gonna have your name. He just smiled and said, "Thank you, Luis, for
Yeah. And
being a
you can
good
see
man."
that the sky, even though it looks blue, the sun is setting now where you are in California, correct?
Yeah, the sun is over there. Look.
Oh
See?
wow. You have a
And it's
lot of
still,
open air. You have a lot of open
see it?
area. Yeah.
I live in the countryside now. It's a lot of open field over here. Look right there. That's a huge field that I'm going to try and see if they can come down. And I'm gonna have one of my brothers of light come out so we can speak, so he can speak with me, and then have my wife record it.
Interesting.
That's my mission right now. So I'm meditating and I'm working on it and I'm speaking to them. And I already told them that behind my house, I have a huge field where they can land and they can come out and speak to me. Because at nighttime, I'm here by myself until 2 a.m. I'm all by myself and it's
2 a.m.
very
Wow.
dark over here. Scary dark. Nobody here. It's just me, my phone, and my light. So I told them already they
Mhm.
can land right here on that field. I told them, say land right
Yeah.
here. And that day they flashed me with that ship, I was going like this. I said, that's the field I'm speaking about. That field right there,
Hmm.
so they can land right there. So I'm pretty sure they know already about that field right there. They
Yeah.
will land right there
Well,
one of these
when you
days.
had your first contact, when they took you on the ship, obviously you have a relationship now with the Palladians physically, which are human like we are. They are also taller than we are, correct?
Correct. They're very, very tall. I don't know, 12 feet, 13 feet. They're
12 to,
very, very tall.
so the Palladians you were seeing when you were on the ship were 12 to 13 feet high in terms of height.
Correct. And their
Worldwide, he
body,
lives in California in the country. So I was
correct.
asking where you live. It's in California.
Oh, I live in the countryside now here in California, and I'm surrounded by orchard trees. Look, you see all
Yeah, I
those
know. It's
trees?
beautiful. Yeah. Are
those are all
those apple trees?
those are orchard trees and almonds and cherries, and it's a mix of
Oh,
things. But
interesting. Oh,
the
okay.
whole area, that's a bad trailer. That trailer is garbage. But the whole area is full of those trees. So at nighttime, I'm here by myself, and I'm going
Right.
to try to make them land right there on this field.
Well, then if they land, they can go into the orchards and have some fresh fruit.
Correct, correct. I already got some for them.
There you go. I believe you do.
And then
Um,
hopefully they land and we can speak, like face to face, like humans,
right.
like we do here. That's my plan, to have them come down here and then they can come out and speak to me.
Hey, Red Jan. Good to see you, Red Jan. Yeah,
But it's all up to them.
yeah, this is amazing. Say, hey, Half Pint, good to see you. This is amazing, brother, because if they do start appearing as it gets dark out, I think we'll be able to have a little bit of fun. And when you do communicate with the flashing techniques of the light and consciously asking them to flash back, we'll all see that on the broadcast here. So I think that's kind of cool.
That would be
Um,
beautiful.
and
But I,
Amelia, one of our, says, let's see if we can see them, and hopefully we will, Amelia. If this is, able to filtrate. So you're blinking. That's you're shooting your light. That's a wire. He has two
yeah,
wires on a. That's an
correct,
electrical wire, but he's trying. He's just flashing now into the sky to see if he could get a response.
correct. And that's how they see me when I flash the light. And then they come over here on top of this tree right here, and
Hmm.
they speak to me with their lights. They turn their lights on,
Yeah.
and
So
then
when
they
you
also
say
flash.
Yeah, so when you say they turn their lights on, essentially they are using the frequency of light from their ships to communicate with you.
Correct, correct. They have a light in the belly of the ship, and they're
Hmm.
always using that light in the center in the belly, and they can turn it on colorful or they can do it white, just white color.
Hmm. Yeah, and that's based on what frequency they operate the ship on changes the outer color of the radiance of the light, correct?
Correct, correct. But I've seen them both. I've seen the colorful ones, and I've seen the white ones when they speaking to
Hmm.
me.
Wow. Interesting. Interesting.
It's getting darker and darker now, so
Well, now I can see it. You're a lot lighter when you first came on. It's now almost 9 o'clock where you are, and it's almost 12
yeah.
midnight here in the East Coast.
And they know I have fun with this, a lot of fun with
Yeah,
them because I'm always laughing. When they come, I laugh, and they know I'm happy.
yeah.
That's why I laugh, because I'm always happy.
Well, they're happy people too, correct? I mean, obviously they come from
Yes,
it. They don't have the problems we have on Earth, and so it's suspected
not at all.
Palladians would be more consciously happy than most of the billions of humans on Earth, for sure.
Correct.
Hey, in the
They are
shade, good to see
extremely
you.
happy. They have no problem. They
Yeah,
have no war. They have no hate in their heart. They are pure in love and light. That's
yeah.
who they
And
are.
as we visually watch your screen from where we are on the East Coast and people around the world, you can see how dark it's getting now. It's getting definitely nighttime over there in California where he is. You know.
It's getting darker.
So as it gets
And the show's
darker,
gonna start.
when it's completely dark, we'll see the stars, of course, and we'll see whatever planets are in the
Come on there,
sky.
look. Come on there, look. Watch this. Look over there. Right there.
Well, that's the wire. There's a wire there, but I'm not seeing the light of the thing.
Right on top of the tree. It's a white tiny light. He's going left. He's going left. He's going this way. He's right there. He's tiny and white. Look at it.
Yeah, I can't see that,
Right there.
unfortunately.
He's look, watch. I'll show you. He's right here on
Okay.
top of the tree, but he's going left. He's going left. Look, he's tiny. He's tiny and white.
Okay, does anybody see it? Okay, a couple people. Okay, right there in that area.
Yeah, right there
People
on top of
saying
the tree.
On top
So-
of the tree.
Yeah, he just went this way to the left. So let me see if he pops out over here. Oh, he turned it off. He turned it off, but they're already here. They're already here.
Okay. I think this is going to be interesting. So when it gets darker out, we'll be able to see if there is a light, radiant light from, let's say, one of these Palladian ships in your communications with them. Hopefully, more of us will be able to see. Some people said they saw it. I didn't see anything. I see a star. What's that thing? Don't move it. Go back the other way. Keep going. No, the other way. Nope, you're going too far down. Go back up in the sky.
There's a star
up
right
higher.
there.
Yeah, I think there was a star I was seeing.
There's a star right there.
Yeah.
And
Something.
there's a new star that came out right there, right here on top of the tree. And there's three
Once it
stars.
gets darker, yeah, that's the thing. It'll be more apparent so we can see the regular stars on your part of the coast, on the west coast there. And then hopefully, yeah. So we'll be able to see stars too. But if these ships are willing to blink in and out, see, there's a star there. Don't move it. That right there, where you see the star, that you see that it's a little dot in the sky, the star. Am I the only looking at the star? Or
He's there.
There's a
It's a
star.
star right there.
That's a star, yeah.
Yep. That's a bright star.
I'm just trying
right
to determine what I'm looking at here.
But I saw one. I saw a ship go from here to the left. He went that way. He was really bright. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I wasn't pointing the phone correctly, and you guys missed it.
Yeah.
But that's how they show up
So-
slowly. One first, and then
Yeah.
there's like 3 or 4. But they flash at different times
hmm
when they do come.
It's getting, and you can see progressively it's getting darker. Where you are in California, is that the southern part of the state, central? We're part of California.
I'm in the desert, central California.
So you're in the desert of California, the central. Okay.
Correct. That's why I see a lot of things, because we're in the middle of nowhere. It's just fox out here, fox and me.
Wow. Interesting.
Yeah, it's really, really empty out here. I'm not afraid to get picked up by the wrong ones, because I have my
Well, you
little
won't.
Merkaba in me.
Yeah, I don't think you're gonna have that problem, brother. Getting picked up by the wrong ones.
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
don't
pretty
think it's
sure
gonna happen.
my brothers of light are here and they're watching, so I know they're not going to do anything to me.
Yeah.
But I'm out here. I'm exposing myself for anybody to come and just land right there, and we can talk. I'm willing to speak to anybody. But my brothers of light, most likely, they're the ones who's gonna come.
Well, you also put a protection around you, correct? When you're making contact, you
Yes.
don't just want any space person to come like the negative ETs. You want to have contact with the Palladians, which are connecting with you, correct?
Correct. I always do that
Okay.
before I come out.
Yeah.
And of course, I call my brothers of light and I say, look, I'm gonna go outside and expose myself. If you guys come, you guys are welcome to come. We can speak. You guys can land on the field and we can talk. But if you don't, please protect me from what I'm doing. And I'm pretty sure they do.
How far are you? Someone's asking, Terry Venus, are you near the Mojave Desert?
Yep, I'm about an hour away from there.
You're an hour away from the Mojave Desert, Terry. He is about an hour
Correct.
away. Okay.
Correct.
Good question, Terry.
So I go to Route 66 sometimes, and go to the Devil's Highway sometimes, and I also do UFO hunt right there. But
Mhm.
there's
I have
more than
my-
UFOs there.
Yeah.
There's bad
Well,
things there.
Half Pint is saying to us, our friends who are contactees in the Appalachian Mountains, uh, that they were saying one of the lights that we were looking at was not a star or planet; it was a ship. I don't know which one that if that was the one. Now that one right there, keep it there for a minute. Don't move it. I just want to see what Half Pint says. Half Pint, that dot out there, is that a star you're seeing? And how do you know it's a ship? One of our people in the audience that I've had on my show, who are on the East Coast in the Appalachians. Yeah.
Maybe
So it's
because
saying that. Okay,
it's
don't
dimming
don't move it.
down.
That one there, they're saying my friend Half Pint, their contactees, they've had a lot of sightings where they are. That light there, they're saying it's not a star, that it's a ship.
That star right there is always dimming in and out. So I don't know.
So let's
It could
keep
be.
looking at it for a minute. I think we need to keep looking at it. Um, Now, Brim, who I know, says it's a ship too. So that's the second person I know that's saying it's a ship. Let's keep our look at that because I was kept looking at that, and I want to be logical in terms of um, taking away anything that's conventional in the conventional wisdom, and let's keep focused on. You're going too far away. Let's center that light. Okay, let's stop. Nope, the other way. Horizontally, go the other way a little bit. No, go back the other way. Stop right there. Right there. So I want everyone to see it. There's a dot there. And my feeling is now, if I am wrong, I'll admit it in a heartbeat. My friend Kyle says it's a ship. How many people think it's a ship?
Could be.
I want to go by the consensus of what are you all feeling out there? Do you think it's a star or a ship? Let's keep looking at it. Let's not move.
Sometimes it dims down. Sometimes it gets bright, like super bright.
Yeah. The consensus is, and I'm not, jumping up and down saying it's a ship. I want to get an idea from everybody. It's a play. Yeah, I when I'm looking at that light, brother, I think that's a ship.
That is very
Keep
bright.
it, yeah, keep it on there. Don't move anything. Keep the camera on that one light. Whirlwind thinks it's a star. Terry says she's not sure yet. Bonnie says I think it's a ship.
Could be a
Uh,
ship.
yeah. I mean, I get the feeling I'm actually with the majority of feeling, and I don't make a quick judgment very quickly here. I analyze everything. I always do that. Um, so too bad you don't. Do you have a star? Like these, it's a star chart you can download on your like an app for the stars to see what stars are in that vicinity of the space. It'll actually by using a star map chart of that area, it'll tell you what stars or planets are in that area. Do you have that downloaded on your phone?
I don't have that app, but I have the ISS and I have the
Yeah,
moon to
yeah.
track the moon
Well,
and
this is a general. This is an app that you can point it in the sky, and as you point it, it's showing you what's there. I forgot the name of
oh,
it. There's a couple of different apps that you can use. It's called the Sky Map. Thank you, Christina.
oh, okay.
This
I'm going to.
So I want you to download that, and so you can actually pinpoint what is happening there when you're seeing that. And if there's no planets or stars in that area of the sky, then you can scan it. It's a scanning. It'll scan the actual sky, and it'll show you what's there.
Oh,
Yep,
okay.
that's a really good thing to have, especially in your situation. This way, you can weed out and document whether it's a star, a planet, or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to download that app today.
Yeah, I thank you, for doing that because it'll help. It'll help us when we're live together. That light still, I see a lot of stars in the sky. I do. We're going to be setting up in June a sky watch here in Connecticut with our Ashtar Command Group, and we look at everything, whether it's a star. We see a lot of satellites with night vision equipment that going crisscross the sky. They're satellites. They're not
Yep, yep.
spaceships. Yes, so it
When I
really
see
is a good thing.
satellite, I know which ones are satellites. So the
Yeah,
satellites they keep their speed and they never move. They just go in a straight line.
They go
They
in a
go
straight
like,
line. That's right. That's right.
and they go kind of slow. They don't go that fast like ships do.
Yeah. Someone, one of my friends, Half Pint, says, take a few pictures of that light, that specific light, and she says, tell him to snap a bunch of pics. He will see it morph. So what she's saying is, if you take photos of that light, what she's saying is it will change into a different format, a different. It will look different. It's going to change.
Oh, okay. I can do.
Yeah.
I can start doing that tonight. I'm gonna start
Yeah.
taking pictures of all the stars. Look, I think you see that it just popped in. I'm not sure, but I believe it could be a satellite. Look at it. He's going to the right. He's tiny and white right there. Watch. See him? You see that tiny white light going to the right?
I don't see. I just see what we're. I only see the light that we're talking about. That's been there. That
Okay, so
looks
he's
like it could.
approaching. He's approaching that planet right now. Watch. He's gonna be really close to that planet. He's on the left hand side approaching right now. Look, he's on the bottom of that planet now. He's tiny and white, but he's very bright.
Mm-hmm.
Look at it. He's on the bottom of that planet now. You guys don't see him?
Well, I see the light we've been looking at. I can't see because
On the bottom. You
TikTok.
gotta look on the,
Yeah, TikTok doesn't let us zoom in.
it's on the bottom. He's way on the bottom. Now he's to the right. He already passed.
Hmm.
He already passed that planet. He's right here. He's still there. He's white and really shiny. He's tiny though, because he's way up. And he's going kind of slow. Like too slow to be a satellite. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because look at it. He kind of like slowed down. He's right there. He's
Yeah,
very tiny and white.
Nicole said she saw it go.
Like
I didn't
this.
see it because I was looking at the other light.
He's right there, still going, and he's going too slow to be a satellite. Because I know satellites go, they
Mm,
don't go that slow and neither that fast, but they go like this until they go all the way. But this guy, he was going too slow, very slow.
yeah, yeah,
Wow.
JC. Unfortunately, with TikTok, they should make it that the app you can zoom in when you're live,
Okay,
but
look, can
the
you see that? Can you see that? Right there, look. He's white and he's zigzagging. That's a ship. That is a ship right here. Look, this guy right here in the middle. Watch. Look at him. You see him zigzagging? That's not a satellite. Look at it. The white one right there. He just passed the wires right now. Can you see him?
no, I can't. I'm going to bring you on a large camera here.
He's still there. Oh, he's dimming it down. But I know that's a ship. Look at that. He's
Yeah, we
about to.
can't see it, and it's not your fault that we can't see it. The way the technology works on the phone with TikTok, like some phones have zoom in technology, but we can't see anything because it doesn't allow you to zoom up the camera to amplify what we're looking at.
Oh, okay. Look, he's still there. He's tiny and white. Oh, he shot it down. He dimmed it down like right here. It's a
Yeah,
white one. He's going this way. He's going to the right, and he's right there. And he's turned it down a little bit because he was really bright.
yeah. And the disadvantage is, you're physically there with your human eyes, and it would make sense that you can see something. Unfortunately, without the zoom in technology on the phone, it doesn't allow for us to really see anything
Or
unless
to
it gets
zoom in.
really super bright.
And there's a flash, but I saw he's going to the right,
Thank you,
and
Bobby
he
V. I appreciate that.
came in through here, really bright, and he went all this long, but very slowly. And I know a satellite
Mm,
can go faster than that. He would have already passed,
yeah,
but the guy was still there. Sometimes they go very, very slow, just very slow, and sometimes they go extremely fast, like shoom. But it's
I
getting
think we have
dark
some
now.
people. We have some people that want to join the conversation. I think Josh. Let's see. We'll bring Josh up here for a minute to join us,
Okay.
and let's see if I can. I'm going to go back to the big screen here. Give me a second, brother. Let's see. Hold on. I'm going to get this.
Maybe
Give me a sec.
it's not working.
Let's see. Here we go. Okay, Josh, good to see you. Welcome.
Hey, hey, Commander, how's it going?
Good, good. And we have my friend UFO UAP in the Central California desert. And it's, as I was saying before, it's really tough. Even if you physically are there and you're live here with me, it doesn't mean you're not seeing anything because of the technology. It doesn't let us zoom in to amplify what the person's saying. It's kind of tough to see anything sometimes. And
Yes.
welcome to the show. What would you like to
Yeah.
contribute?
I don't know. I just called in to say hi for a
Good.
little bit. Yeah.
So, and as you're watching the show, did you see anything watching my friend in California, what he's trying to point
Yeah.
out with his light?
It was a little weird. um,
Yeah.
yeah, I couldn't quite make anything up, but I get what
Yeah,
he was
me
saying.
neither. Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like I said, I think that if he's seeing it, there's no question he's seeing it, but because of the technology, without the zoom in, possibly is amplifying the lens, then we can't see, even though it's really dark out there, unless something like that is willing to, some UFO sightings of these craft, they get really intensely bright, and then we all see them. Sometimes they are just like very dim, and you can't really make them out
Correct.
from the screen. Doesn't mean the person there is not seeing them. It just means that we're having a tough time seeing that physical thing through the camera.
Oh,
Yeah.
look, this
Oh,
one just popped in right there. Right there.
So
Look at it.
he's seeing something there that I can't see. It's not
He
that
just popped
I
in
don't
from the
believe that
top.
he's not seeing
he
it. I
actually
can't see
did
it
see
though.
it.
He's going to
He
the right.
did.
Okay, can you guys see the bright planet right there?
Let me turn my light out here for a minute.
You see the bright planet? He's about to pass right on top of him. Watch. Look, 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 look. He's right on top of the planet now. Boom, he just crossed it. Look, he's right there. He's very bright, tiny. A little ball of light.
Oh, I see it.
Right there. He's going to
Oh
the
yeah, I
right
see
that
it.
way.
That I did see. I did see that little
Yeah.
boil. I do see that little boil of light. I didn't see it
And
before.
he popped in from right here and then he went left super fast. So I know it's not a satellite.
I did see something for like a brief moment.
He's right there,
Yeah,
but he already turned it
Very,
down.
very.
He already turned down the lights.
yeah. I had to turn my light off here to just make it completely dark where I am in order to possibly see what it was. You know.
It's super dark over here now. And I know they're watching me. I can feel it.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
feel it when somebody's watching you from the back or whatever, but because I'm all
I want
alone.
people. Yeah, you all, and I just want people to know this is an experiment. So when we're doing this, because he has recorded stuff that's physically recorded on, I've seen his videos. We're doing this to experiment if we can see any of the stuff that he is able to see, and we have times had successes. Sometimes we have not a lot of success, but that's why we're doing this, and that's why we're getting all the input. Some of you might not see anything. I might not see anything. Next thing you show something in the live and we see a dot coming out of there.
Yep,
So who
yep, yep.
knows?
Maybe they come down and flash us super bright.
Yeah, I
Look,
mean, if
you
you,
see that? Can you see all those stars? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's the hook. That's the Scorpio hook. That's the Scorpio right here.
Um,
That's his tail. Those
yeah,
those stars right here. That's a Scorpio tail right here. That's what they
I
call it.
don't see, I can't see that. That's because of the technology. What your visualization on your camera, it's just the way the technology is. It doesn't allow us to amplify
In the truck.
into space.
And also, it's kind of cloudy here right now. I don't know why.
Oh, it
Where
is.
all the
Well, that
clouds
the
came from.
cloudiness, if they were to get really bright, the spaceships don't care whether it's cloudy or not.
Yep,
It's
yep.
whether they're willing to really get insanely bright and come out of the clouds and then say, okay, here we are. Let's give everybody let us show you. Unfortunately, there's no way of zooming in on anything like this,
No.
especially with social media. I've tried to in our Skywatches zoom in Connecticut, the apple orchard, and when we're on the coastline of Connecticut, and you can't zoom in on TikTok. It doesn't let you do it.
I wish they could like let us zoom in so we can see.
Well, they have to just upgrade their technology. I'm sure if TikTok had a zoom in option, that would be great for people going live outdoors to try to do this. Now, what you could also do is get an attachment to your phone. They're called zoom in lenses. You can attach it to the camera of your phone, and you can actually zoom in through getting an additional zoom in lens. You can get them in some camera shops.
I need to get one of those.
Yeah.
Yes, but
I would.
do those actually work? Though my experience.
Oh, you use the zoom in lens? They don't work?
Yeah, they never really work.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, sometimes they do, I guess, but in my experience, they
Your
never
experience.
work.
Well, it doesn't hurt for him to try. Maybe he'll have some better luck or something. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
You know.
I have my
I would still-
high-powered telescope that I use to watch the moon, but that's too much because when they're really close, I see like further than that, and it's blurry, like very nasty looking.
Well, Rogue is saying, my friend Rogue, she says molecular binoculars are, I think, work great for her. So she used molecular. I've seen the molecular. I have night vision goggles that are third generation. With those, I can see cloaked spaceships.
Wow.
And if you ever, to get those, there's a company in California called ATN. They make them. They're over $2,000, $3,000, but they absolutely will work. Some people are able to take high third generation goggles, and I've seen people hook them up somehow, your phone to the goggles, and they go green on the green because it's a green screen, not a green screen, but it's a
Night vision.
like the night vision. They are able to record. I've seen people on YouTube that use the night vision, hook it up to their phone you can get a connector to phone, hook up your night vision goggles to your phone, and you can record with night vision stuff that's going on that's been cloaked that will show up on the screen of the camera.
Wow, that is cool.
Yeah. They have to be military grade. That's right, Alan. Military grade night vision equipment. But you're going to be spending, if you can save up the money and afford it, it's between $2,500 and $3,000.
Yeah,
you
about
might be able to get them.
Yeah.
But if you get them on sale, maybe under $3,000.
I'm gonna buy one.
Yeah, it's worth it. You definitely should buy one. And see if they have an attachment. You got to see if they have an attachment, and they have these attachments for the cell phone to the night vision. Make sure it's able to attach your phone attachment to the night vision equipment, and you'll be able to videotape whatever you see, folks, with that in space that's cloaked.
That is cool, man. I need one of those, so I don't have to be flashing nobody no more.
You don't have to flash anybody. You'll just
look,
just be able to.
That guy just. You see that right here? Look, he's going right. He's going right here in the middle.
Yeah, I can't see
he's
anything.
Right there.
But,
he just watch. I'm gonna stop flashing. So he's right here in the middle. Look. He's going fast too. I don't think that's a satellite. He's going fast right there. He's tiny and white.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I saw that flash. Look, he's going to pass the wires right here. These wires right now, he's about to cross it. Watch right now.
Oh,
all right. Well, we'll continue with this again, my friend UFO UAP. I appreciate you being on here, brother. And people, check out his page. He has documented video of actual stuff, and I want to thank him for being here. I'm not sure what happened to his camera. He just went on pause. And Josh, thanks for coming up and saying hello too.
Yeah, no problem. It's been a while, but great to see you.
Yeah, it's good to see you too, man. And I appreciate you being here. I'm going to bring Josh down. Let me see here.
No problem.
I'm just going to try to.
Oh, wait. Before I go,
Yeah.
Commander brand hard cider all day.
Oh, cider all day, yeah. Yeah, we got the cider. We were out of it for a while, and I decided tonight to get a gallon of it. So yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
So we're good. That's my drink of choice and it's become part of the show, evidently, my drinking apple cider. So there you go. All right,
Yeah.
my friend. All right, Josh,
All right.
I appreciate you, man. All right, we're going to bring you
That's
down.
it.
All right, let's do this here. And welcome to Encounters. This is the late night spiritual UFO talk show. We'll be here till about 1 a.m. worldwide. And again, if you're new to the show, we talk about disclosure issues. We talk about the spaceships. Yeah, it's non-alcohol. Non-alcohol, yes, that's correct. We talk about cover-ups. We talk about intergalactic communications and contact. Debbie says, I'm hooked on Country Time Lemonade. You really want to get the good stuff, Debbie. You want to try to get fresh lemonade. Sometimes, like some of the big supermarkets will sell natural lemonade, which my local market has. They have more natural, not powdered or stuff like that. Anyway, not to get into the lemonade thing, but I love organic lemonade. Did you say you were going to be doing a C5 in June? Yes, I haven't set a date up yet, but I am going to look at the calendar, and I will set a date up for our C5 here in Connecticut, and then we'll be posting it on TikTok and also my Facebook to our Facebook C5 group and so forth. Or make your own lemonade, my pet. That's right. Make your own lemonade. And I have a new person here. Let me see if I get them on here. And I think I'm having a psychic moment. I'm just having a psychic moment. I'm seeing a bonfire on your property earlier tonight with a gentleman who is from the Anunnaki standing around getting the fire going pretty good. Am I correct?
Yep.
I was there
So how long
quietly
were you
watching.
on there for?
I only a few
Did you
minutes. We
come
had
on
to
live?
go. I couldn't come on live because we had to go, and my father-in-law is in a not a hospital, but a rehab. He had a bad car accident a few weeks ago, and he's healing.
Oh,
But I
that's
did
good.
get
I'm glad he's on.
yeah. So I couldn't really turn the thing up because everyone was in the living room, and I'm like just looking at it and seeing the wonderful bonfire, and I was saying I'd love to come and say hello, but I couldn't do anything at the time.
So we caught on my live a ship coming by and ending up in the back of my tree.
Really,
Yeah. I think
and
it
when you
landed
sort
in my tree.
the ship.
Yeah.
Well, with their technology, if they landed in the tree, it'd be out of our understanding of how they can do that.
Mm-hmm.
Because the logical human mind says a ship doesn't land in a tree. How does that happen? It would crush the tree. It would crush a tree.
Right.
But if we're talking about a highly advanced civilization, they could hover the ship in the tree, not necessarily land it. They could be like sitting above the tree on it, but not pressing down on the tree. Correct?
Yep. So we had
With
beings dancing in the yard, and we had a ship come in behind the tree.
yeah, and tell us
Mm-hmm.
about that. The beings dancing in the yard. What time was that happening?
I think that started right after it got dark.
Yeah, yeah.
They come
And there was.
in a big pink orb, and they sit there and
Mhm.
they dance in the orb.
Do you think that they were related to the ship hovering, floating above the tree? That they're connected?
Um,
I'm curious.
I don't think so because they've been there before. The ones
Okay.
dancing in the yard, and I never seen that ship before come through. So no telling.
Interesting. And I have to remember that not only do you have the Anunnaki, but if there are beings dancing in an orb, that's pretty fascinating to me. How big was the orb? Do you know?
Well, if I had to put a size to it, one of those balls that kids play on in schools, or they're a good size ball. They're bigger than a basketball or anything. They're a good size.
Mm-hmm. And someone's asking, did you say that you had it, you documented it on video?
Yep, on my live. So
In your
I'll
live?
post it. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Ash, they do have it recorded, and they'll put it on their. Well, they recorded the live, and they'll put it on their TikTok, not their TikTok. Yeah, their TikTok.
Yeah, yoga
So
ball. Molly's right. It's as big as a yoga ball.
okay, that's interesting. I can't
Yeah.
wait to see that. You know, then I can analyze the video. That's very cool. You know, and you have so much activity. It's amazing. Our friend UFO UAP, who I've known for a long time, when he has the videos he's recorded show actual things, but it's tough because, like I say, with the technology we have here, you know, like TikTok, they don't have a zoom in capability, and maybe
Right.
some new cell phones have a zoom in capability. When you're on TikTok, you can't say I'm going to zoom in on my TikTok to something in the sky. It doesn't let you do it.
Right.
The actual craft or UFO would have to come closer to where your camera is in order to even see anything, or make itself brighter, which
Yeah,
they can
or
do.
you can snap a bunch of pictures and zoom in and see a
Right,
morphin.
zoom morphing. Yes, you take the
Mm-hmm.
pictures, you know, zoom in the picture frame, and you can see physically what the thing looks like. You know,
Yeah.
very true. Hey, Clint. Good evening. I'm just saying hello to people out there. Hello to everybody. You're watching Encounters. I did take the night off last night, and it really felt good to do that. And I was out in the garden yesterday a lot, getting prepared to put my plants in, and I'm direct seeding watermelon seeds. So before the next rainstorms come this week in New England, I'll have everything hopefully in the ground by Wednesday morning. You know, it's thank you for becoming a 3-month subscriber, Zena. I appreciate that. So I'm really dedicated to growing these watermelons, and my friend, we put a fence around my microfarming area because the rabbits were getting my watermelons, and so I broke down and decided to put up a fence, and I'm glad I did, and I'm able to get in there, and it's just about ready. I just have to put 3 more layers of plastic over the soil, and then I'll be direct seeding and putting plants in. And it'll take about 65 to 90 days for me to be able to pick out the watermelons and cut them off the vines. So I'm looking forward
Yeah,
to it.
we're gonna start planting our watermelons tomorrow, so
Yeah. Are you planting the plants, or are you actually sowing seeds? How are you doing it?
no, with seed.
With seed, yeah. A seed is actually the best way, but also I've perfected with the plants. I have the plants from my hydroponic system. They're outside on the porch. I've let them get used to the air when it gets cool because it has cool nights. You want to
Yeah.
get them the stems to get thicker. The only way that happens is they're in the natural environment. And what I do is, folks, when I take the plants, I take the stem almost to the ground level, not completely, just to keep it solid under the ground. It doesn't affect the actual plant. The plant is going to create vines, and that's going to create the watermelons. So yeah, figured I'd give people a little bit of a farming kind of information here on
Yeah.
Encounters. Yeah, Encounters is not just about having contact; it's about growing
Yeah.
watermelons.
Learn
I have a
something
lot
new
of
every
knowledge.
day.
That's right. I've learned this stuff for several years, and I've been micro farming that long. You know, so I have an appreciation of the earth. You know, dig into the earth, dig into the soil. It's a
Yep.
good thing.
Does your body good.
Yeah. Worldwin says I have a lot of success with cucumbers. I'm also going to grow cucumbers this year. I hope to get some really good ones. There's so many varieties, but I want to get some good cucumbers. Do ETs like watermelons, Jeff? Oh yeah, they actually grow their own watermelons. They're different than ours, but they love watermelons. I found out that my space family grows watermelons that are small. They're almost the size of a pearl. They're a little bit bigger than they're if it was a big pearl, maybe about that big. So they're tiny in comparison to earth-based watermelons, but hopefully someday to try them when we do have contact, and maybe get some seeds and try to grow them on Earth. That would be kind of cool, you know. Sober, I'm going to be careful what I say here on that subject. Um, I would say just like us, they procreate just like humans do. Uh, I'll leave it. I'll leave it at that. Just not get myself in trouble on TikTok. So I'll just leave it at that.
Yeah, be good, Commander.
Yeah, yeah. 'Cause I'll get myself in trouble here.
Mm-hmm.
Rogue says my tomatoes are looking good, but the pickled cucumbers aren't. I'm not sure why that would happen. It could be the soil. It could be a number of factors. It's hard to say.
You know, our
You know.
cucumbers didn't do good last year either.
Yeah. Yeah. I think last year a lot of people had trouble with certain crops that they were trying to grow, and it's not so much us; it's just the environment. You know, we've
Yeah.
messed up the environment, so we have to make sure we have good soil. I use everything I have is organic. I don't use any non-organic things, but everything I have is organic. Um, I'm hoping and praying this year the universe will provide us all who are out there who are growing things with abundance of organic vegetables and fruits.
So, Commander, today I was running around taking pictures of the sun, right?
Hmm.
So there was ships all over that sun, like they were having a parade.
Yeah, and they do that.
Yeah.
What time of the day was? What time of the day did you take pictures of ships around the sun?
I don't know, probably about 1 o'clock. It's
Oh,
on
that's
my
interesting.
profile.
Yeah, because I know that as it gets dark out before sunset, I've with my camera have seen the ships. They stay. They're uncloaked at some like for a few, like maybe a half hour. Something with the unit with the sun, the
Hmm.
brightness. They hide with the sun. They hide behind the sun's light. But at some
Yep.
point, as it's getting dark out before darkness, they're uncloaked because of something that happens. And then when it gets completely dark out, you might still see them, or they go back to being cloaked. But you can see spaceships, and we don't say they're around, they're on the sun. They're out there near the sun, and they become uncloaked as soon as it becomes sunset.
There was hundreds of them. Like I'm
Mhm.
talking many,
Yeah,
many.
yeah.
By
No,
the
they do
way,
that.
did you see my picture of my new guide? His
Not
name's
yet.
Dobbs.
Dob, do you have
His
a
name's
picture?
Dobbs. Yeah, if
Is
you get on my TikTok, you can find it.
okay. We'll have to look at that.
Yeah.
When I think of Dobbs, I think of the little person from what was it called? Harry Potter.
Oh no, this guy's big, big,
Yeah,
big.
I know it's not the same thing, but the name,
Yeah.
yeah. And when you say big, is he about 10 feet tall, 11 feet tall? What would you say?
Well, let's see. When I took a picture of him, he took up half of my picture.
Yeah.
That's how big he
Your cat's
is.
saying Dobby. Yeah, the
Dobby.
person, the Dobby, yeah, he's a Dobby. Hello,
That's how
Dobby.
big he was. Big enough to take up half of my picture. Like
Yeah,
yeah, he's huge.
yeah. Interesting, interesting. You always have something interesting happening up there in the Appalachians, you know. And historically, even before I knew you, there's a history in the Appalachians of all kinds of stuff happening. Why do you think,
Why do you
in
think?
terms of, oh, this is really weird. Okay, that stopped. I was hearing myself over your phone for a minute. Um, yeah, that was happening, and now I'm starting. As long as I don't hear it's happening again.
Yeah,
So
you know what? The energy's going up around me right now. I can feel it. I'm
yeah,
getting like really hot right now.
yeah, I'm feeling some energy shifts here too. Usually, when I come over somebody's phone, I'm going to say this to be true. Whenever that happens, that means that the space people are listening in to the communications between Half Pint and myself, and Half Pint can vouch for this. What I'm saying is true. I've had it happen on my show numerous times, documented on video on my YouTube channel. I don't usually focus on that aspect. Sometimes I know it's a technical glitch, but other times you know that it's not a technical glitch. So it stopped doing it now, so that's good.
Yeah, that's because I
Yeah,
asked them to calm their energy down a little bit.
yeah. Because then if I come over your
Yeah,
phone and other people's phones, then I'm hearing myself through the ear pods, and I'm like, okay, now I'm hearing myself. Now I can't think straight because I hearing myself repeat something because they're
yep.
amplifying my sound into space. So I do know what it is. It's an amplification of the communication of them listening in. They take the transmission of your voice, my voice, and our voices go out into basically space. Now we can't prove that, but even though we can't prove it, it happens to be true.
Yeah.
And it happened when you were talking about your guides. It started happening when you mentioned the guides. All of a sudden, I heard my voice over your over the TikTok.
Dobbs is here with me.
Yeah.
He says hello to everybody.
And Lavola says, my friend Lavola says, Half Pint, I got some screenshots of the pink orb by the fire and the being on your live. So she got a screenshot of it. Yeah. Yep. This is interesting. Benjamin's saying, do germs pose a threat to space people? I'll take a go at it, and then I want to get your perspective regarding that. So germs potentially could affect space people, depending on their frequency levels. But I think also the space people have the ability to heal things and also prevent themselves from getting sick, is my theory. What do you think?
I think that's what the suits are for. To protect them from the germ.
Oh, you're freezing.
Did I freeze?
And yeah, you're freezing.
That better?
So in response to Lavola's question, yeah, it's better. So Lavola's question about the space people essentially getting sick or diseased, my theory is that germs could pose a threat depending what planet it's from, but they also have the ability to prevent themselves from getting affected by germs. What do you think?
I believe that's what the suits are for.
Yeah.
The suits are to prevent them from getting sick or possibly making anybody else sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think that's perfectly a good perspective of looking at it that way. If a space person wears a spacesuit when they come off a ship on Earth, it does two things. Number one, it protects them from the air and our environment. If our air is not pure, the way they breathe air, it could affect them physically and make them sick, possibly. I don't know that they're going to get sick. I'm saying these are possible scenarios that can happen. So if they came off with wearing just a regular Earth-based pair of jeans and a shirt, maybe they would be affected by us, maybe not. But we have so many pollutants in our air that maybe they would be affected by our environment. Well, you're freezing.
I think they possibly could.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's a possibility. And again, I'll never say
very clean environment.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they would need spacesuits. Now, the thing is, the ones without the spacesuits, the Zeta, well, some Zeta have spacesuits, others don't, which is kind of weird. I think they are affected by our atmosphere too, but I don't know how the Zeta can breathe.
So I think they can also affect. I think they can also affect us too, because there is a documentary out about a military guy that saw this being and he went to go grab him, and I think he scared the being, and he got something on him, like the being, like sweat or something,
and it caused the person to get sick,
and he passed away.
Yeah.
So I think it goes both ways. Like we protect them and they protect us. So
yeah, but in this case, this being, when he touched him or his body, whatever the molecular structures of the body of that being, whatever kind of thing came off of the body onto the other person who was human, it was not good. And it actually, for the being, it didn't do anything to the being, but to the human, it actually, as you said, he passed away. I think there was a story about that. Wasn't there something about that?
But I think the only reason why the being did that is because he got scared because it's military. So he's trying to run from them. he grabbed him.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden he's put this stuff on him. Yeah.
Yeah, Advanced, one of our viewers says, I heard that it's like a slimy kind of stuff. It's like on the body, it's slimy, or it's not like whatever's on that slimy liquid of the body is what actually affected that human being. Yeah, I think that's highly possible.
I think that's a what do you call that? You know how Bigfoot, you know how you can smell Bigfoot when he doesn't want you around? Defense system.
Right. Yeah, it could be.
Yeah.
And Lavola says, I think April said that something about their waste. The waste comes through their skin. So the Zeta, because they don't have reproductive abilities like we did, when their waste happens, it oozes out of their skin, which would make sense because they don't have the ability to say, I need to go to use the men's room or the ladies' room, because they messed up their whole physical body.
Right.
Yeah, they have it. So for the Zeta, what she had said about that would make absolute sense. That's the only way they can do it. And that would have, and again, if you're touching that slimy Zeta body that has no spacesuit on, that slime could be a process of them releasing through their body what was inside, and that causes the human being to get sick. And again, this is only a theory, but I think that's true.
Right. It's a pretty good theory.
Yeah, and Ash is asking, who messed the Zeta up? The Zeta basically historically messed themselves up, everybody. The Zeta were once just like Mary and I. They were human, just like you. What they did is they were proceeding to become an advanced civilization in the Zeta Reticuli star system. They were all human. They created these advanced cities. They had spaceships. They had ships that floated in the air on their cities. They got so advanced to the point where they decided to get rid of their emotions. They got rid of their ability to feel things, and they morphed in their bodies. They kept changing. So from the physical form, eventually they had hair. They lost their hair. They still had human eyes and nose and a mouth. The form of the human face changed to look like what the Zeta look like now, which is these big-eyed, bald-headed beings with a neck and a body, but no longer human. So they actually lost their human ability to perceive things. They don't have emotions anymore. They don't have the ability to procreate like we do on Earth. They lost all those abilities, and because of them, they became so advanced that they outdid their human form in order to survive. And in essence, what they did is when they went underground and transformed and morphed into what they are now, they actually came back to try to connect with humans, to try to get the DNA of the human in order to recreate themselves more human again. But they messed that. So when I say they messed up, that's how the Zeta messed up in their ability to do what they do. That's why I never will be connecting with a Zeta for good. That's just something I'll never do. I operate in too high a frequency, and so you guys, Mary and Ray. But the Zeta, when we talk about the guy who touched him and he passed away, because they're oozing out the stuff in their body that is, to us, could be a poison, because if we touch it, obviously it's gonna affect us negatively to the point where we might not have the ability to survive based on an ET situation of this nature. Now, with the higher vibrational space people, the humans that we know that are space people, that wouldn't happen, because we're talking about humans that are highly advanced spiritual people. They have everything in the human form. They're spiritually in very high levels of consciousness. We would never see that occur.
Yeah. Jersey for life. Nobody's talking. It's just me and Commander Ray's. Ray's knocked out. He's sleeping.
Yeah, Ray's sleeping, and so my voice came over the phone. That's what it is. My voice again came over the phone when I said certain things, and that's sometimes the way it happens, folks. If I say a certain thing and I get deeply involved in a specific thing, the space people are always monitoring the broadcast regardless of what I'm doing. They always do. I know that Mary knows that. She's been with the show for as many years, and I'm sure it happens on her broadcast when she has people on, that sometimes she hears things that saying, "What is this?" You know. Now I have the earpods. I always wear earpods. I don't know if you are, Mary, wearing any earpods, but I am, and everything
No.
sounds really amplified. AirPods are amazing. You can hear things that some people can't hear, and I sometimes pick up on things. Well, I can't believe it's almost
By
1
the way,
o'clock in the
Commander,
morning. Yeah.
so when that ship came over, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Go ahead.
So when that ship came over, so a military helicopter followed it. Like
Really?
it hid behind the tree, and here came the military helicopter. Yeah,
Wow.
tonight. And then my phone went blank. I had to go back on my live.
Now let's see. You said your phone went blank. Can you explain what you mean? Like, what time did the phone go blank? And
Yep.
also, was that around the time the helicopter came by?
So, yeah, so the ship came in, right, and ended up behind a tree. And then here came the military helicopter, and then my phone got shut off. And I had to go turn it back on again. So they shut my phone off.
So so do you think that the military tapped into your phone and shut it off?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah. So you've had this happen before.
Yep.
Okay. Just to give it a little perspective when you say that. Why do you think now? Look, we know that the military monitors these extraterrestrial spacecraft. Why do you think they came all the way into the Appalachians to follow? What do you think they, again, how would we know this? But we know that the military and the Air Force have radar tracking systems that track
Right.
unidentified flying objects. So do you think they were tracking this thing and they sent a helicopter in Pennsylvania up with the military to try to get closer to it?
Yeah, because guess what? The military set up a base out here so they get closer to this area because of how many ships that are around here. So they put a
Yeah.
new
And
base right over the hill.
so is it an Air Force base or a military base?
The military base.
How far away from where you live is the military base?
Just I don't know, 5 or 10 miles from me. Not very far.
Not
They
bad.
got it hidden in the hills over here pretty good.
Yeah, they would do something like that. Give me a second. I got to get a refill of some apple cider. I'm having a withdrawal. No, I'm just kidding you. But I need to get some more apple cider. I know you have the elegance way of speaking, so I'm going to have you speak a little bit on encounters while I get the apple cider. If I don't come back, then I've been elevated on a spaceship somewhere. No, I'll be here. I'm going to let
Okay.
Mary talk for a little bit. It'll take me less 5 minutes to do this, and then I'll be back on the screen as I am here in just a moment. So I'm turning over to Mary here on Encounters. Stay tuned for more with me in just a minute.
So who else seen the beings dancing in my live? I thought that was pretty cool. So I know not all of you come on my live, so I wanted to tell you guys this story. So I'm at the restaurant, and I walk out, and I'm being told, "No, Mary, you have to go in and tell this woman that she has two angels with her." So I went in there and told her, and I said, "I don't know what's going on with you, but you have two angels with you." So by the time I got out of the house or out of the restaurant, this waitress was coming out the back door crying, and she gave me a hug and tell me thank you for letting her know they were there because she's been going through a lot. I thought that was pretty cool. That don't happen to me every day.
I'm back. So we got the apple cider going here. Not a full
Oh,
glass, but doing a half glass.
there is a big I think Bigfoot was here too, and Karen said there was a big brown being at the tree line. Bigfoot. He's
What
getting
happened
walking
here?
through the woods out here when we're outside. A big brown being at my tree line. Well, I think Bigfoot was here watching us when we were live. He just likes to come and hang out and watch, I guess. He interacts too, so if I'm on my live and I'm facing the camera at him, he'll stand over there and move for everybody.
Now here's something. May 26th. This is from Brazil, and this is really wild. I want to show everybody this right now. Let me go off my. This is actually from Brazil. It just happened 8 p.m. Brazilian time. I want to get your perspective on this. Can I do this here? Yeah. All right, so I'm going to show you this. These look pretty weird. It looks like they're coming down from an object. Take a look at this. I'll turn my light out here. This is from Brazil. Look at that. That one object above all the other objects are all coming out of it. Let me see here. Look at that.
See,
I'll be
now
posting
how
this.
cool is that? So, Commander, I think those are pods that are coming down, that they're dropping down with beings in them.
Look at that. I'm going to post this on my Astro Command page here on TikTok.
So I've seen a couple of those do that here, and I think those are pods that beings are in that they're dropping off in that area.
Yeah, I haven't made any conclusions yet, but I want everybody to see it. I'm going to analyze it. What I find fascinating is the main light above all the others is shooting out. They're shooting out from the main light. Tons of these things are coming out. Look at that. Look at that. That's amazing.
It is pretty cool.
That is absolutely amazing. I look for things that are very different.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you're gonna start getting the different stuff now.
Yeah. And I look for things that are happening now. Like if someone says, Commander, I've got video footage of spaceships a week ago, that's now. If you show me something that's 10 years old, that's not now. This is amazing. Look at the way those two are together. Amazing. Amazing footage. Wow. Yeah, I'm definitely posting this.
Yeah, that's really amazing.
Where this video is coming from, I'm sure it's not going to be up there for long. So I'm going to have to download it tonight. So I know it's probably going to be taken down where it's on right now. And I'm going to just download it and post the video.
Commander, if you can zoom in on those ones that are falling, you might be able to see beings in them.
Let's see if I can do that. I'm not able to zoom in on it. Well, I can go like this, but I can't zoom in on the.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That is so cool looking.
This will probably be. I'll FYP this video on my Astro Command page. I can watch this all night just because it's so fascinating to see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 orbs or something coming out of, and then they disappear and come back into focus. Like they'll go blank out.
Uh-huh.
And then they come back in. And somebody was asking, could it be flares? Just, I know what flares look like, and these aren't flares.
No, those aren't flares.
All right. So let me see here.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think that those are the things that we really are looking at. I'm going to download the video. I just downloaded it. I'm copying the. All right, so I got the video downloaded. Let me see if there's anything else I can show you here. Anything else?
That's not Starlink. Starlink's connected, and you'll know the difference.
Yeah, Starlink. Starlinks are on a vertical path. If there's
and
a
I think
Starlink,
they're white.
Yeah, they are white. So when you see Starlink, everybody, as Mary's talking about, Starlink will be white. They'll be angled. If you look at Starlink videos on YouTube, you'll see that they are always angled. There's hundreds of them together, and they're basically rockets sent up, shoots these little things called Starlink, which are the satellites to go into space. And now our space around Earth is polluted by hundreds and hundreds of these ridiculous satellites that are called Starlink. And I have read how we've messed up our atmosphere with all these satellite systems. Too many of them. Yeah. So the thing I showed you from Brazil has no relationship to Starlink because it just isn't. And matter of fact, if it were Starlink, it would never do that because Starlink would be going on an angle going straight up. If you watch any of the Starlink videos from anywhere in the world, they're angled and they're always going up. Like Mary said, they're always white. These objects are coming out of space, going down, not up. And Starlink doesn't go down; it goes up. We're almost at 100,000. So let's see if we can do it. We're at 79.7. Can we get everybody around the world to tap on the screen, on my side of the screen? You see the number 79.8. We can be to 100,000 in less than 10 minutes if everybody taps. We're almost at 80. We need 20,000 more. Can we make it, folks? Can you make it happen? Can everybody tap? I know some people tap with their finger, and they must be tired by now. They're really tapping. If you've not been tapping, you need to be activated, motivated, activated, motivated, activated. I can say that 10 times fast. Motivated, activated, motivated, activated, motivated, activated, activated, motivated, activated, motivated. See how quickly I talked? That was pretty good, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody can talk that fast.
We all need those tappers from TikTok.
We need those tappers.
Mm-hmm.
We need those TikTok tappers. And I can say that 3 times fast. TikTok tappers, TikTok tappers, TikTok tappers. There you go.
No way. I've been messing up all night trying to say my words. There's no way I can do it.
Well, at least you tried. Got to give you credit for that. 85.9. Come on, folks. Looking to 100,000. We have 265 human beings all over the world. All great people. All of you are beautiful people. Need to talk
Commander,
about UFOs now.
Commander, you're going to have to bring me down because I got to go put my phone on the charger. It's dying
Oh, yeah,
again.
go ahead. Well, thank you for coming up and sharing some updates. Mary, a half pint, she's in the Appalachian Mountains of the United States. She's a friend of the show and also contributed to the program when things are happening. She'll come up here. We'll let you go down, charge your phone up so you can still do some broadcasting tomorrow. All right. Thanks, half pint. Take care. I'll bring you down right now. And I know some people, Euro Automotive Services, I think Columbia Sphere. Oh, yeah. Well, Euro, come on up, Euro. We were talking about that earlier with UFO UAP in Southern California, who's friends with Jamie Musan, who's the Mexican broadcaster who's seen the sphere. And we were talking about earlier, we're seeing about the sphere being the Buga sphere being not only an extraterrestrial object, but my conclusion is that it was sent purposely where it was found to be found by somebody who was just a regular person, and that they've been analyzing it. The inscripted writings on the sphere apparently are extraterrestrial. And then my friend was talking about how Germany claimed the sphere was theirs, which is not true. I think the Germans are just trying to get a hold of the sphere because they're interested in the technology. So I'm going to bring up UFO UAP again. And he said a circular ship just came. I got the video. And Euro, if you want to come up, please join us. Everybody, welcome to the show. We're at 99.4. Encounters is a show that's on for over 3 years at 11 o'clock Eastern, 8 p.m. West Coast. And we took yesterday night, we took off here. And I know it's really dark out there now where you are in California. You said you recorded an object.
Yes. A circular ship just came right here, right above our head, really low, and I recorded the whole thing. You can even see the middle of her belly is dark, and she did that for me because I called them, and they came. But when we was live, my phone was 80% on battery, and they shut it off, and they threw me out. So when I went in the house and I got the tablet real quick. How do you turn this camera on? Turn it on.
So is that why I lost you earlier? You didn't shut yourself down. You're saying you had 80% power on your phone, and then I saw the pause thing go on the screen, and that wasn't you pausing yourself. They took you off the live.
Yes. They shut
off my phone. Why do you think they did that?
I don't know. Maybe the other races were here. You know, the other people, the other kind. I don't know why they did that.
Yeah.
But right now, about 30 seconds ago, a circular ship just came right above our head, and she stayed on for like at least 2 minutes and really low. And I started recording with my tablet before I went into your live again, because my phone is dead. It's charging right now. They killed it.
Wow.
It's zero. So I put it to charge, and I got my tablet, but this tablet doesn't have a good camera. But thank God the circular ship got so bright and so low that we got it. I have the video right now on my tablet, but I can't. I don't know how to show it to you right here.
Yeah, Euro Automotive Services is wanting me to ask you who recorded it. My friend UFO UAP is in the country. He recorded it. No one else did. He's out in California.
I just recorded it with my tablet. It's about 1.5 minutes long, but the circular ship came so low that you can see the center of her belly is dark, but the body was lit up super bright white, but she was low, and I got it all. I got the video, so later on I got to go in the house and work on it and post it so you guys can see. She was bright. And I mentioned you. I said you came kind of late. Commander wanted to meet you. And I told him that.
Well, yeah. Also, send me a copy. You know my email address. Send me a copy so I can analyze it too.
Okay. We can do that.
I'll take a look at it
tomorrow morning. But I promise you, that was a circular ship, and you can hear my excitement. I was just saying, "Oh my God, it's a circular ship!" And then she came a little lower and got super bright. Like,
well, I can't wait to see that. I want to see what that looks like. I'm putting a visual in my head of what it looks like. So Euro, when he emails it to me, I'm going to analyze it, and I'll put it on my main page here, my Astro Command Spaceship News. I'll actually, Alan's asking, was it a round circular craft? Can you explain it?
Yes, it was round. It was circular. You can see it was circular, like the ship behind you on the picture. It was like that. The picture behind you. Like this? Yes, it was like that. So you see all those white lights going around? All those white lights came on, and you can see the center of her belly. It was dark. That's how low she came. That's how low she came. You can see the center of the belly. It was dark, like a black dot. And the whole outer line, it was white, lit up, extremely bright.
Yeah, Xena, he's on his tablet right now, Sherry. He's his phone was at 80% power.
Okay. Oh, look, right there. They're flashing us, Commander, right here. Right there. He flashed right now. You guys didn't see that? Right there. He's right there. Oh, he flashed again. Right here.
Does anybody see that? He's again in Central California.
Right here. There's a ship right there. Look. He flashed already 3 times.
I don't see anything. And again, this goes back to the camera thing. I just don't see anything. You'll see it maybe, but I don't see anything.
Yeah, I'm sorry you guys won't be able to see it because this tablet is not the camera is not that good.
Yeah.
But there's a ship right here above me right now, and they're flashing at us.
Yeah.
Because I have my girl here, she's flashing the flashlight, and they flash back.
Well, you know
It's
what? It
cool. You
is.
got to see that video, Commander. I got to send you that video. Maybe
I can't. I
tonight.
want to see the video. It is actually about 101 on the East Coast. It's getting to the going to sleep hour for me
Bedtime.
anyway. Hey, UFO UAP. I want to see the video, and I'll actually look at it and analyze it and put it on my main page here.
Okay, I'll send it to you, and hopefully you like it. But I know you will. That thing was so low, and you can see the belly, and you can hear me saying, "Look at her belly! Look at her belly!" And it was lit
Yeah.
up, circular, but lit up, like super
And I want
bright.
to ask you a question. Does Jamie Husan, does he have any TikTok capabilities or no?
He has a channel, but he just opened up a new channel. It's called Jaime Maussan TV 3.0, and
Yeah.
you can look that up, and I guess they do
Well,
English translations.
well, you know him personally, so I want to see if you're willing to do this. Can you talk to him about coming on Encounters?
Sure, I can,
You,
but
you have a
I don't think
you
he
have a
speaks English.
relationship.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
But
I've
if I
seen him
can
speak
translate,
English. If you can translate, yeah, we get him on. I'd love to have him on. I'll have if you
okay,
can work that on, start working on that, and get back to me next few days. Let's set up a program with you and Jamie Musan in Mexico, and we'll get him on TikTok.
okay. I'll send him a message in the morning, and I'm gonna talk to
Okay,
him about
sounds good.
UFO.
I will have try, and when you confirm that he's able to come on, I'll throw out some dates and see which date he takes. We'll get him on Encounters for the first time. And if anyone's not heard of Jay Musan, he's well known in Mexico in terms of UFO talk and information for many years. I mean, I've known his work for many years,
He's a
and he is
ufologist.
quite amazing.
He's a ufologist for about 45 years now.
Yeah,
Since the 60s and the 70s, he's been pushing this information on people, but people is not really trying to believe. But he's still going. He's still pushing to make
yeah,
sure that everybody gets the right information about who these people is and where they come from and stuff like that.
yeah. He is definitely very knowledgeable. All
He's
right,
done a
hey UFO UAP, I want to thank you, man, for coming back up here. I really want to thank all the people who were giving me gifts and subscribing. Thank you so much. We're going to be on tomorrow night, which is Tuesday evening at 11 o'clock. So hope you all had a beautiful night. Thank you for being here. We'll be on again. UFO UAP, I thank you for, I should ask you this. I should remember the first name, but I'm so used to just calling people by the names I see. What is the first name?
Luis.
Louise. That's right. That's right. Thank you. All right, Louise. I'll call you that. There you go.
Okay,
I'll,
Commander.
I'll let you work on Jamie Musan and getting him aware of the show and getting a date from him, and we'll get him on here. All right,
Okay.
everybody, have a good night. I'm going to go to sleep. We'll catch you again tomorrow night at 11. This has been Encounters, the number one spiritual UFO talk show, busting the Matrix.
Love and light.
Good night.